Hi students, today our topic is directory based protocol in model 4. Let us move to the topic. In the last video we saw about the Snoopy bus protocol. It is a one of the type protocol approach for multiprocessor interconnection networks, right? In order to achieve the cache coherence and synchronization mechanisms in multiprocessor system, there is a two approaches. There are two approaches have followed. One is Snoopy bus protocol. Second one is directory bus protocol. In the last video we saw about the Snoopy bus protocol. In this video we are going to see about the directory based protocol. What is the point in directory based protocols means, in order to overcome the disadvantage what we felt in the Snoopy bus protocol, the directory based protocol has been developed. So here, by using this kind of omega networks and Snoopy bus protocols, this multi-stage network for building a large multiprocessor with hundreds of processors, the Snoopy cache protocol needs to be modified to suit the network capability. Okay, so what is the first point we felt in as a disadvantages in Snoopy bus means, when the network is larger, when the more number of processors are going to connected means, at that time the Snoopy cache protocol has to be updated, has to be modified to suit the network capability. So here doing this modification of the updation is very expensive, because the broadcasting has to be also parallelly have to go on. So the broadcasting to its upper level is felt as an expensive one in the multi-stage network connection. So achieving the consistency is also it is difficult in case of Snoopy bus protocol. Okay, so that is the only one reason for development of directory based protocol. Here, what is the strategy we are using mean, instead of sending the data to the usage of shared buses and all, here one unique directory is going to be maintained, and that directory is going to be placed as a common to every processes, right? That's what it is called as directory based protocol. In a directory based protocol system, the data to be shared or placed in a common directory that maintains the coherence among caches. Okay, so here it achieves the coherence among caches by the usage of a common directory which is placed and it is shared between the processors. Okay, here the directory acts as a filter where the processor asks permission to load an entry from a primary memory to its cache memory. Here the directory, that common directory, how it works means, it works as a filter. Okay, then whenever the processor wants to load the data means, it needs to ask the permission from the main memory to its cache memory. Okay, so if an entry is changed to the directory level, either update or invalidating. So either using write invalidate protocol policy, or it may use write update processing. Okay, that we have studied in the last video. So this is the strategy behind the directory bus protocol. The directory based coherence uses a special directory to serve instead the direct shared bus in a bus based coherence protocols. So it is using a special directory, that is a common directory. It is placed in a one common place. Okay, then what it will do means, this only keeps the track of the status of all cache blocks. What is contained in this directory means, it only keeps the track of all the status of all cache blocks. Okay, right. What are the advantages and disadvantages means, there are some advantages felt in this directory based protocol also. Similarly, there are some disadvantages faced. So what is the first advantage mean, it can be scaled. Okay, it can be scaled. There is one of the strongest motivation for going for a directory based design is, using a directory based system, there will be no such bottleneck to constrain the scalability of the system. So there is no obstacle to enlarge the system, because there is no bottleneck problem is there. Okay, because all processor can share a one common directory, that is unique one. Okay, that is a unique one. And then it is simpler. Okay, this is one of the point where the bus system is superior, since the bus structure itself can serve as the organizer for the traffic that goes through the system and ensure the atomicity of the all signals passed through. Okay, thus there will be no need to put more effort in assuring the atomicity and even ordering between the signals. Okay, these are all the advantages and disadvantages felt here, and this diagram shows the basic concept of directory based protocol system in a multiprocessor assembly. Here in the down there are n number of processors connected, so it consists of n number of processors starting from P1 to Pn, and each processor is having its own dedicated cache memory, similarly starts from C1 to Cn. Okay, so this will be treated as a one subunit, and in the upper side between the inter-network connection, in the upper side there is a one dedicated memory assigned for each processor starting like from M1 to MM, and for processing this communication there is a one delay unit is assigned and associated with memory of its each processor. So it is also represented as D1 starting from D1 to DM. How many number of memories connected? The same number of delays are associated with that. Okay, these subunits are going to connect and get communicated between the interconnection networks. That may be a static network or dynamic network. We don't bother about that type of network, but these are going to communicate it using a digital bus system, but they are having its own directory memory that is going to be shared. Okay, then in directory based protocol there are three types of classifications are allowed. One is full map directory, second one is limited directories, and third one is chained directory. Right, we will see one by one. So in first type is full map directory. Here in the left side diagram, the first diagram shows the typical arrangement of how the processors are connected with the caches. Okay, here P1, P2, P3, three processors have taken, and it is having one data X data. That X is a common data. It is available in a shared memory. Okay, that is main memory, and data is there. That means D is there. Then this is how it is associated, means it has the enough enough data of inputs and outputs to store it in directory. So according to the full map directory, it has the enough entries of inputs and output data to share it on its directory. So here in the rightmost diagram shows how the data is going to be written in the one processor. That means P1, P2, P3 processor means here one signal is assigned, write signal, and it is sending a request, and how it is will be initiated. In the same way only it will be initiated first, then it will using the write signal, the data has to be updated here. But here the data is having a one directory, common directory. That directory is having enough number of inputs and outputs to get communicated with the memories and processors. That's what this directory based type of protocol approach is called as full map directory. Then limited directory. What is the meaning of limited directory? Means here from the name itself, the number of inputs and output entries are limited, thereby restricting the permissions of this access. So here in this limited directory, the data, some data are only allowed, it will restrict its permissions also to access the data. So this is called as limited directory. And third one is chained directory. It is an extension of limited directory. What will happen in chained directory means it will instead of restricting the data, it will allow the data enough the inputs and outputs which are connected in a chained way, which are connected as a linked list way. So if they get connected means there will be a easy time and there will be a lesser time to access the data and retrieve the data. So that's what in chained directories, instead of restricting the data, it is get connected as a chained one, right? I hope you understand this concept. I'll catch you in the next video about next topic. Thank you.